Hello, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you all for coming this cold and sunny morning here in Toronto, as our season has really kicked in, our winter. And what better time of the year to talk about the view of Christmas, right, by Spiritism? And this is what we're going to be discussing today. And I would like to welcome everyone that's connected to the internet. Thank you very much for joining us, for following us. And today Katarina is going to be talking to us about the Spirit's view of Christmas, which is obviously an incredibly important aspect of Christianity. And as we are Christian Spiritists, it's important for us as a reminder to understand that the concept, what can we learn from it, and what can we do, right, in this time of year that we celebrate our Master Jesus. So, as we do every day, we're going to start with our reading from Happy Life. And this is going to be by our dear, loving friend Daniel. And then I'm going to have a small prayer after that, a short prayer, so we can get started. And then Katarina is going to take and lead us through this interesting discussion. So, thank all of you guys for coming today. Okay, Daniel.
There's less people today than usual.
I know.
Well, that makes it easier for me.
Yes, that's right.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Oh,
That's okay. I'll sort it out.
I'm very sorry.
That's
Sorry. So I'm gonna start reading the book Happy Life, like usual. Sadness is the messenger of suffering. Do not cling to it or allow it to contaminate you with its miasmas. It's true. Not every day is bright and rich in pure happiness. There are times when suffering seems to dominate our activities. However, after examining difficulties and feeling pain, let the inner sun shine and chase away the sadness from your mind, so that you may the more easily overcome your trials. Cultivation of sadness can pave the way for various illnesses of the mind, emotions, and body. Thank you very much.
So let us now connect our minds and our thoughts to our Master Jesus, to our Father, Mother God, our Creator. Let us ask for the blessings for this meeting today. For all of those incarnate and discarnate spirits that are present in this room today, may we all resonate in the same energy. Let us feel this beautiful light that drops and connects and fills this room and connects to each single one of us. And united, we ask for the blessings for our speaker today, for each and every one of us connected to the internet or here. And let us project this good vibes into all the world, all the people that are in need, all our families, our houses, everyone connected to us. And may we learn today from this moment and implement these new teachings in our daily lives as our Master Jesus wanted us to do while incarnated here in this planet. So be it. All right.
is it working?
Uh,
is every slow?
let's see. No, it was working a minute ago. Try again. Okay. No, it's working.
Oh, thank you.
We go down.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Let me get my slides because I have my secret notes. Secret notes. To me, it was a Christmas gift to get this subject to talk today. Made me learn a few things. It made me connect with the meaning of the date. And let's see what Spiritism has to do with this so special day, right? Celebrated all over the planet. All the Christians take some time to put up a Christmas tree and celebrate, have gatherings. But maybe you're forgetting a few things. And that today the lesson is to recap altogether what it is a Christmas and how we spiritists, we who believe that this life is not just about incarnated here, it's also about the spiritual true life, right? So let's dig into Christmas. Before we go into the soft part, I'd say, the happy part, let's dig a little bit of maybe we missed some homeworks class, and we should do a little bit of recapping on the meaning of the word itself, talk about the history of the Christmas. So the word Christmas, we all know, the Old English would translate to Christ's Mass. So it is a religious aspect. The word itself, it's a very Catholic, a Christian word, right? It's a religious service to Christ. It's a bigger meaning. So, maybe our learning starts already here. I don't know if we ever stop to think about what does the word mean. So Christmas is the church service celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. We translate Natal, Portuguese, the birth of Christ, but itself it's a religious meaning, and we're going to dig into it. Let's go into a little bit of history. And before we even talk about Jesus and when and how he was born, I'd like to bring about the birth of Christianity itself, right? And to talk about this Christianity, when it became a religious, we have to do a little digging in history. And to me, it's a subject in school I always put aside, and I learned what I had to do to pass in school. Some subjects are like that, right? Some would like more, some not so much. History to me was particularly one that I don't retain much memory of histories that pass in life. So let's do a little bit of the history. And let's start talking about Judea. Judea. So the Jews believing in one God. They were living in a land that for them was the promised land, as we've heard. They worshiped one God. They had it was a very strong religion back then already. By the 63 years before our calendar, before Christ, Rome, I don't know if you remember from history, and it was all about conquering. Rome was conquering everywhere. Battles, all the Rome emperors, all the lives that were lost in order to conquer land. One of the lands near Rome in the Mediterranean area was Judea. And Rome really wanted to expand. And in 63, they conquered Judea. So Judea now is part of Rome, the big Roman Empire that was growing. We're already dating the calendars around Jesus, right? So 63 years after Judea was taken, Jesus was born. So Jesus was born Jew. You might forget about that. Maybe you think that Jesus is a Christian. He's not. There's no such a thing when he was born, right? So he was born Jew. He would practice everything that Jews would do. The Sabbath, he would go to synagogues. So he was brought up with Judaism. If Jesus had a religion, it was Judaism. And maybe you never stop to think about that. He practiced everything. So the base of everything that we learn It started here, right? He had to come from somewhere, and he specifically from Judea, and he practiced, he prayed, he participated, he the Torah, their doctrine that they follow. Jesus learned everything, all the ethics from the Jews. Okay, so that's a little recap. No.
No, you're fine.
Oh, okay. Um, now we lost connection. And the first real Christians, of course, were the Jews. The Jews, until today, they believe that the promised Messiah is it is going to come. But back then, when they saw Jesus, some of them practicing, waiting for the Messiah, the promised man who would come and save their land, save their religion, save their people, Jesus came. Not all of them saw Jesus as the promised one, but some did. And they, from learning with Jesus' lessons, some were really touched by it, Jew. And they were the ones who actually were the first Christians in our existence. Okay? And then when Jesus dies, we know more, all the testaments and the lessons we have from the Bible, that what Jesus was and who he was and what he did. But until then, that's how Christianity started. And we're going to continue learning a little bit more on this history path about Christianity and Jesus. So Jesus was born. He was Jew. Having mitzvahs, birthday parties to go, synagogues, is Hanukkah, reading about Kabbalah. That was Jesus. And he was born on December 25th in Jerusalem, right? Maybe? Yeah. Let's dig into this date, right? Why December 25th? And it's very interesting to learn. Maybe it's going to be like the Secret Santa surprise for some children. Sorry, well, maybe we don't touch the subject here. We have some children. So let's talk about the night when Jesus was born, that we see the native scenes, the shepherds and Mary and Joseph walking, pregnant, traveling. Well, some information tells us that they were traveling actually to a Rome census. It was the census time of the year, so they had to go and present themselves to participate in the Roman census. That's one of the points that tells us that he was not born actually in December, because the census would happen in the summertime. They didn't want people traveling in the wintertime. Wintertime could be dangerous, right? For people to go. Why do in the wintertime if you can, propose a better date for people to come and participate in the census, in the society duties. And the second thing is, it's all about shepherds. We learn about the shepherds, right? We see sheep, baby sheep everywhere. And that's another sign. They usually are born in the spring. So those aspects gives us the idea that Jesus was not born in December. It was kind of nice weather when he was born. Okay. So let's try to dig in more about the history of the 25th. So history of Christianity, Jesus, but now, sorry, come back. Yeah. So, at the time that Jesus was born, Rome had actually more than one emperor, and they were trying to not only Rome conquering the Mediterranean, but among themselves, they started to have battles and competition between emperors to become the bigger emperor, maybe the only emperor at the time. And the west part was in a very iffy situation. You know, one guy went there, Maxentius, and declared himself the emperor. But not everybody really bought that, you know. And so Constantine saw an opportunity to conquer more land. And what he does is he puts his men together and go fight Maxentius in the west part of the territories. But what happened before that was that Constantine, a very key man to our religion, to Christianity, let's say, had a vision, a dream, a message from Jesus. He see the night before the big battle to conquer the West End, he sees a cross and the message saying that believe in it and you win. It was very, I got goosebumps just by thinking about it. And he felt that too. Until then, he believed in gods. He had the Christians were actually persecuted at the time. No one wanted to believe them. They have to practice, hidden. It was a hidden society. Everything that Jesus had taught, and we are 300 years later, a lot of people back then were practicing the teachings of Jesus, but not officially. But the movement was growing, right? 300 years after Jesus came. Can you imagine? And people still had to hide until the dream, until the message that Constantine had, who didn't believe in anything that the Christians believed, didn't really believe in Jesus until then. So he wakes up a different person. So Christmas to him was born that night. He goes to the battle, and guess what? He won. So he conquered a big chunk of land. But he didn't forget his dream. He didn't forget the message. It was very powerful. Can you imagine? If you get a message from Jesus right on your face. He decided to honor the spirit, the vision he had, and do something about it. And that's when the 25th starts to come to a realization. So the Catholic Church had a meeting with Constantine. And Constantine said, I want you guys to, be legal. I don't want you guys. I'm going to give you all the papers you need for Rome. All the documents you need for this to be a religion, I am going to do it. He was a big emperor. He had the power to do that. He had the vision to do that. And due to him, he put a law, the Edict of Milan, 313 years later, after Jesus, that declared the Christians free. He gave Christians the freedom to practice their beliefs. That was the key, the turning point for Christianism. It was Constantine. Until then, Easter was a big thing. But just telling the church, oh, you guys are free, was not enough, right? He knew he had to do something bigger to make it official and to really push the movement. And then they were like, okay, so what do we do? He died almost 300 years earlier. We have to find a date to celebrate him. There was a winter solstice happening, big party, celebrating the beginning, not the beginning of the summer, but the beginning. The December 21st is the shortest day we have, right? So on the 22nd, when the sun starts to shine longer, there was a big party happening to the gods, the sun, to the god of the sun. So they saw that a good opportunity. Everybody would gather in Rome area to celebrate the solstice, to celebrate the god, the sun. And the church and Constantine said, look, let's do that. Let's get that date. Everybody's gathering already, and let's talk about Jesus. And that's how a pagan movement turned into the birth celebration of Jesus. Interesting, eh? So yeah, we celebrate the birth of Jesus. Fast forward today, Christmas is a big thing, and but okay, yeah, we celebrate him. Why should we celebrate Jesus? And let's talk about who was Jesus, right? Let's recap, remember a little bit about Jesus, right? This man who came with such an important mission. What was Jesus' reincarnatory plan? We all come here with a plan, right? We learned that in Spiritism. What was his plan? His main goal is to imagine Jesus. Who is Jesus to us? Spiritists. Jesus is one of the most evolved, he's the most evolved spirits that ever came to Earth. And he is Earth Godfather, if I can say that, right? He is the governor of our planet. We learned about the evolution of the planets, about the evolution of our souls. We start very small, primitive, and we're going to turn into an angel one day. So Jesus came from that planet to help us here. He incarnated. He's far away from needing to be here on earth. He came to guide us on the moral side. That was his mission. He's a little taste of heaven for us, right? We can't grasp what he is. We learn, but we're so small that we cannot grasp what he is yet. Yeah? We can't understand God much. The magnitude of God, but Jesus is kind of big himself too for us. But of course, we know he's the biggest we've seen. He's the biggest we've heard of. And he has had many incarnations to get where he is. And he evolved enough to get the title of Earth's governor. So he comes here with all the teachings that we've seen before to help us evolve. So that's why we celebrate Jesus. If I love my birthday parties, right? I love all the happiness I get. We have the boss in the office. We all make a big party when it's his birthday, her birthday, right? So imagine Jesus. He came from another beyond evolved planet. Come and help us. I think he deserves a big celebration. And that's what Christmas is. We should celebrate him. Christmas for us is it's the moment we have to embrace this guy who came to help us evolve. And he did that through teachings, right? We don't need to dig into it. Each one could be a month of lectures here. But his messages were about love. Love God, whatever we can grasp from God. You know, I think of God, I think, of the laws that make so much sense, the beautiful nature we have, the fairness that we learn from Spiritism. A lot was put in to build whatever we have here that God put together for us. So at least we should respect. If we can't love, but we're so small that love for us is like a family member, right? A good friend. We can't even love among ourselves here. Our love is very small. The more we evolve, we're going to be able to love more, to love a pure version of love as we evolve. But Jesus wants us to learn to love, and we have to learn somehow. And we have to start now. One day our love is going to be beautiful. He taught us about forgiveness, right? And it's the forgiveness that, okay, you know what? You did something bad to me. Everybody makes mistake, or whatever. But don't hold a grudge. Truly forgive. Because whatever connection you have with someone that did something to you, it only affects you. And we learn that so many messages in Spiritism, right? How forgiveness has to truly mean something, like let go. And through indulgence, forgiveness is a little easier, right? So he teaches us about don't judge. No, try to accept. We have little kids; they're not perfect. We are kids into this universe of souls. We are not perfect. So the same way we forgive a child for dropping something, breaking something, or doing whatever, forgive each other, because we're all children. We're all children of God. Humility and service, the charity, do something for others. Be humble. Don't try to look superior to people. Why? So those are teachings that we have from Jesus, that we have to do. We have the gospel according to Spiritism, and all the parables are there explained. It's hard to read the parables, right? But we have messages from evolved spirits on the gospel explaining all the Jesus messages for us. And they teach about that. And especially the eternal life. Otherwise, it would not make sense for us to try to be good, right? Why be good? Because we have 50, 60, 70 years in this life? Oh, if I only had 70 years in my life, I would not be here trying to learn something on top of my Sunday morning, right? I'd be doing something else. But we know, inside us, we know this is not everything. On the contrary, it's a little step on our big travel that we have. So if Jesus had not come, we would not learn about everything, right? And that's what he really, truly did for us. So, since we're talking about Jesus and it's his birthday today, hey, Daniel, look at that. What do you think he would want for Christmas, for his birthday? When you go to a birthday party, I just went for a kid's birthday party. It was all about K-pop Demon Hunter, right? I gave the girl a K-pop Hunter sweater. That's what she wants for Christmas. Right? I asked the mom, what does she want? K-pop Hunter. Okay. But what does Jesus want? We should give him what he wants, right? On his birthday? Yeah. And that's the point. That's the key point about today. It's his birthday. What does he want? Not K-pop Hunter. So, because it's his birthday, because we know he wants something, because he knows we're celebrating him, Christmas is magical. It's not because of the beautiful Christmas tree. It's not because we put lights on a house and we all gather. Christmas is magical because Jesus is truly connected to us. And especially us, we're super connected to Jesus at this time of the year. It's like a magic, it's like a halo, This week before Christmas, everybody sends messages to everyone. We buy gifts. We do charity. We gather. We put aside a little bit at least all the problems we see in people. We have confraternizations with work people. Can you imagine? Would you do on your birthday and invite some of your coworkers? No. but you gather, you celebrate with them. The ones you're, on your day to day having conflicts. And then Christmas dinner, all the family members that you don't want to see, that day come, right? The brother-in-law, the mother-in-law, two mother-in-laws together. But you know what? We hug each other. We say Merry Christmas. So it's a magic time. We don't leave that any other day. We love each other a little bit that day. This is the season where we practice a little bit of Jesus' love. That's why it's so magical, right? And Jesus knows that, and he takes advantage of it. So why I put little children there? Because Christmas time we feel a little bit like it. We forget about the problems, come to me, the little children. So he takes advantage of the moment, because we have this, the passages we see that some spirits cannot even be saved, but if there's a little light, the mentors go there and rescue. You go to Umbral and you go to a rescue mission. You don't gather everyone and bring to a place. No, they don't want to go. So they go and they search for the one that has a little seed, a little hope. So Christmas brings that little light on in everyone. And Jesus comes and he connects to us. So if we pay attention, if we put aside all the trouble of shopping, gifts for everyone, and cleaning the house, and what I'm going to cook, if we put that aside, Jesus is here celebrating it with us. Can you imagine? It's the time of the year that Jesus is here close to us, guaranteed. So if you cultivate this feeling, he likes it, right? And it's a very appropriate time of the year for him to come. And it's a good time of the year for us to actually try to listen to it, because feel it, right? If we feel this energy, it's only beneficial to us. Almost there. Well, let's talk about Christmas in the spiritual world. Because here we know we have the gifts, we have the gatherings, we have to think about Jesus. Okay? Everybody learning okay the lesson today?
Yes.
Right? Think about Jesus.
Yes.
Perfect. But what do people on the other side do in Christmas? What do you think, Daniel?
I don't know.
No? Let's think. What do you guys think they do at Christmas? Is it do they celebrate Christmas? Do you think? Do they celebrate or not? They do. It's Jesus' birthday. We have lots of books. Chick Xavier talks about Christmas time in the other side of the plane. It's Christmas there. Everybody's happy. If we are doing this, they're doing that even more, because they know about reincarnation. They know about Jesus. They know more than us, because they don't have this body hiding all the feelings, right? So they celebrate. We have Christmas presentation. They have Christmas presentation. They have music, concerts. Visitors from colonies more evolved would come and put a show together, music, gatherings. Of course, not like here. But they gather. They play beautiful music, beautiful prayers together. They do celebrate Christmas. And what do you think if you have I recently lost my mom. It's the second Christmas I'm going to spend without her here. Like, if you think about my mom, if you think about someone that you know that discarnated a couple of years ago. We know that they're not gone, right? We're spiritists. Where are they? I'm sure my mom, 2 years only, she's very connected to us. I'm just giving an example. Recent. It doesn't matter how long it was. they're very connected to us, right? My suggestion, I have a plan with my family. They're all coming here starting next week. Yeah, all nice. Of course, except my mommy. So on Sunday morning, we're going to do a moment of prayer for my mom. You know why? Because she missed us too. Whoever is there, Christmas time, we're born gathering. What do they want for Christmas is to be with us. So think about them too. In the best way you can. Pray, send energy, reserve a moment to, so, talk to my family. It's so interesting. I have to share. I'm putting this presentation, and I knew that I had to talk about that. My dad goes to a spiritual center in Brazil, and some spiritual centers are very communication worthy. And he had a visit of my mom. She was crying. He talked to her. He was in this place. When the mediums in the room doing their service have a message for someone, they call. So they call my dad to go to the room to talk to my mom. And he just shared it with me today. How, a little sad she was, missing us. They miss a lot this year. Let's not be sad with that. Acknowledge it's a reality. If I'm here and my family is in Brazil, I miss them. Our parents discarnated, they're there, they're missing us too. And the message was exactly that. Take a moment and do something for your mom. She will come. Chances are she will be there. And I'm like goosebumps all over because I can feel that. So maybe it's a suggestion for. We miss a lot of people this time of the year. It can be sad too. There's a happy side, but there's the sad part because we miss the ones we love so much. But we don't see them, but they see this and more. So they're going to see us gathering together. Can you imagine if they see us celebrating them? Right? So yes, there is Christmas in the spiritual world. Yes. And let's not forget that, right? So, Christmas today. How you celebrate? How are we celebrating it? After all is said, are we doing our homework? Right? Do we really feel the meaning of Christmas? Let's put aside all the. We get busy. It's the way our society is organized. It's normal. It's fine. It's fine to have parties. It's fine to celebrate people, gather, do everything you want, right? There's a little blurry picture of gathering. I didn't want to bring parties too much here to the spiritual center, but that's what we do, and it's okay, right? As long as we take advantage of that moment. The 25th is very interesting too because right after Christmas, the year ends, and we have all these resolutions, right? Well, let's think about resolution. That's not just lose the belly or find a new job. Eh? The resolution should be, how can I be better for the birthday man? Right? I'm sure each one of you here has a moral issue that you have to overcome. I have my New Year's resolution. Maybe it's someone at work. Maybe it's gossiping. Maybe it's talking too much about people. I don't know. No one here is perfect. So I know everyone here has at least one homework to do. So let's pick that homework. No, Patrick doesn't have it, he says. It's fine. Marilia, we'll talk later. So, let's take advantage of this magic halo. Focus on something we need to improve in ourselves and take advantage of Christmas, right? Remember to be grateful for all the gifts we already have, right? Let's plan a better year resolution. What are you doing with your incarnation? Patrick, if you don't have anything to fix, think about what else you can do more. Right? There are no excuses. You can always do more. It's like you have a plant, so you can have a dog, so you can have a child. Do something. Get a plant, Patrick. Right? Take care of something. Do something for others. Because we can always do more. The best gift we can give to Jesus is our transformation. So the New Year's resolution, so close to the 25th, is a door opening for you to transform yourselves. Okay? And I'd like to celebrate Christmas here. I'd like to do a little, if you are up for it and we have time, do a little, not a prayer, sort of a prayer, visualization. Are you up to do it with me? Okay? So I'm going to ask everyone to close your eyes and follow my, some of the lines I have that hopefully I'm going to get inspired here to celebrate Christmas. So let's close our eyes. Inhale. Fix your body on a chair. And as you inhale, try to relax your mind. Put aside all the problems, the to-do list we have to do before Christmas. Let's connect to ourselves, our own self. Bring awareness to the spiritual group that's here today. They are also celebrating Christmas with us. They're happy we're here. They're also going to go on a break since we're closing TSS today. And they want us to feel this energy that they're giving us here today. They're giving each one of you a little Christmas gift. Let's embrace this moment, this energy that they're putting together here for us. Our hearts are shining brighter. We can feel a little energy glowing around us too. And let's share this energy with each other. Let's expand this energy through each one of you. Give it back to our spiritual team that has been helping us throughout the year, guiding us, putting speakers together, gatherings. Let's be thankful to the TSS spiritual team for doing this to us, allowing us to come here and become a little better every day we come here. The Tuesdays meetings, let's send energy to the mediums group. Let's send energy to the mentors of Wednesdays. Let's acknowledge the work that they do for us. Thursday meetings, a beautiful team that helps us to study mediumship. And all the other ones, the fraternal assistant, the president, the vice president of TSS, the coordinators. Each one has a spiritual mentor connected to it. Let's say they are thankful for all the work. And let's feel these blessings we have here today. May we live today with a little bit of lessons from Jesus that we want to put in practice. Feel the joy, the happiness, and let's send it to someone maybe that is discarnate that we want to send this feeling to. They're going to feel loving energy around them. Our spiritual mentors are going to make sure they receive these feelings. And let's go home and practice as much as we can. Jesus' teachings. Next time we say Merry Christmas to someone, think about Jesus before hugging or shaking a hand. It's a good start to make it a stronger connection to the true meaning of Christmas. Thank you, guys. And so be it. Any comments? Oh, thank you for my Christmas gift. It was nice.
I have a question.
Yes?
My question is, since in your presentation when you were talking about how Jesus, we're still so distinct to the same family. To summarize it, doesn't when you come back, is it one agreement with a family for the rest of your life, or do you come back with different spirits and different people to learn to love?
Like the next time you incarnate?
Yes.
Oh, that's a good question. We have what we call a spiritual family. So think that way. Whatever we do here is only a consequence of our spiritual family. When we're there, we're going to be talking to them and making plans, right? So maybe next time, Marco is not going to be your dad, but I'm sure he's going to be around you somehow. Maybe he will be your dad again. So there is no yes or no. There is maybe, probably, the connection you have will never get lost, ever. That's the answer. Doesn't matter if you're going to can be brothers. Can you imagine coming as your daddy as a brother? Big chances. Hopefully you're the oldest one, right? Huh? Maybe you'll be his father.
No way. It's too much trouble.
Yeah. I know, eh? Yeah. Okay. Maybe your mom is going to be your daughter. I don't know.
What?
But the point is, you're never going to lose connections with them, ever. Doesn't matter. And imagine, it's like when you came to Canada, you're still family with Brazilians, right? That you left there.
I didn't come to Canada.
Oh, sorry. When you came, you were born in Canada. You have some family in Brazil. It's like, yeah, we're incarnated in this family. You have a lot of family that you don't remember. So any connection we have, we never lose. And we'll probably come together with that again. Okay, good question.
Good question. No, just a couple comments. Usually when we think about discarnate spirits in our families and we think about them, we pray for them and all that, it's obviously a fantastic thing. They always feel it. We send good vibes. They're healed. They're helped by it. But we should always avoid the idea of wishing to have them here, because there are many, many instances that they can't, because they're not in a condition to do it. And that can actually create more stress, right, to them and to us. So just kind of think about it when you're having a gathering, you're thinking about prayer for someone, and you're thinking about someone, just send good vibes, send all the good things, and send all the positivity and everything, but avoid the thought of asking that person to be here, right? Because that can lead to very negative consequences to everyone. And that's well described in Revelry. So just kind of be mindful of that difference, right? And the other thing is that the spirits here never stop. Like, although we're not here physically for the next couple of weeks, TSS is a hospital. We have visualization of hospital, of school parts. There's an emergency room here. There's gardens. There's all sorts of things happening that are much bigger than the physical plane. And the amount of work that goes on is enormous, and it's constant, right? So even when we're not here physically, we should always kind of think about TSS. Again, send just
good energy to hear because the work continues. Right?
Mhm.
So just like a little,
Yeah.
little comment. on that.
Very important. Yes.
If we have like negative feelings, and it's hard for us to remember that our family and friends are still out there and they're still alive. But what are some signs that show that they're still there?
Signs that they're still there
Signs that show they're still there, even though like when we don't feel like it.
when you don't feel them.
Yeah. When we don't feel
Well, I don't think you're going to have a sign of something you don't feel. I think you have to, it's everything we learn here. It's all the teachings. Sometimes you can't feel because they're not even in a situation to send you anything, right? But maybe a sign that you feel something. And that's why Spiritism is so important to me. It helped me to start feeling those things. Not everyone can, right? But the practice, learning, awareness, that's what we learn in Spiritism. We learn to develop our awareness to the spiritual world. And as you grow and you develop, you sense that, Daniel. It can be very strong. If you don't feel, don't worry. You don't have to feel to send them love. If you know someone that's discarnated, if you don't know, if you don't remember, there's nothing you can do. They send love to you. You just feel happy and you don't know why sometimes. It's because someone that you don't know are sending you. Sometimes happy moments, sometimes you find a solution for something. It's them helping you. You're at school and you don't know, you have to do something, or should I join that group that is being silly, throwing things? And suddenly a thought comes, don't do that. That's them. Because you're not alone. Even when daddy is at work, we're not alone. They're trying to guide us. And time will make you develop that. Instead of like, don't do that, fighting with the kids. Next time they're going to say, don't do that. You're like, wait a second. Then you're going to turn away. Next time you see something you want to go, you're like, nah, buddy, come with me. And then you take a friend out of the fight. You know what I'm saying? You evolve. Your connection with them develops as well. So they're always connecting to you. You're not going to feel always. But time and experience and learning and practice will make you feel more. Okay? And back to your dad's point, very important. We should celebrate them. Do we cry because Jesus died? No. We celebrate him. They want love. They want to be remembered. They don't want to see sadness. My mom's funeral, we had people singing and playing. That's what we wanted. There was no, people cried some, but we're singing, we're praying. That's how we see the path to the spiritual life. So, okay. Any more comments? So,
No,
internet?
just messages. A lot of the volunteers and the members are wishing us Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
I
think since I'm here and it's the last lecture of the year, as I say to my friends who do the gospel at home with me, thank you to all the volunteers for keeping this working, because I need TSS. I need to be here. And if there are no volunteers, I'd be home doing nothing instead of learning this, feeling this. So thank you to everybody who comes here Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, whatever, to paint, to organize, to move a box, to make this Spiritist Center continue. So thank you to everyone. You want to say something before we?
Oh, my question.
Yeah.
Is there any, how there's a spiritual world and a physical world? Is there anything between? Are there any borders between
There.
this physical and spiritual world? Is there anything between?
I don't think so.
No, it's just a question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's enough. That's a lot.
Sorry, I just wondered.
That's a good question. I'll think about that. So yeah, let's close the year with a big thank you to the volunteers, to all the work everybody puts together here, because It's good for everyone, right? And let's do better next year. Okay? Thank you guys. Merry Christmas.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Katarina, for the lecture. So before we disconnect today from our friends that are following us, I just want to remind that we'll continue. We're actually going to have online lectures. We're going to play again some of our lectures at the same time that we have the lectures here for the next few weekends that we're not physically here in the Spirit Center. So if you connect to our channels at 11 o'clock on Sunday, you're going to see some interesting lectures that we're going to bring back for you guys to see again. And also, we're also now putting our lectures up again on Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this is, again, another moment that if you guys want to connect, see something that is very positive, interesting, learn something, please, again, join us. We're going to be transmitting those lectures again on Friday night for those who do not have a chance to see it live here with us. And this is also on Kardec Radio. So it'll be on all Kardec Radio and Toronto Spirit Society channels. Okay. So continue our lecture today. We're going to move into our passes, right? So for those of you guys that are following us on the internet, thank you very much. We'll continue on here with passes. And for those of us who are staying, as you know, passes are a transmission of good energies, right? Good vibes and some positivity that we need in Christmas time particularly. And this is with the help of our spiritual friends. They're all here ready to go. They're just waiting for me to stop talking. So just keep that same vibe, same feeling, same thoughts. Okay, we're gonna get started. So thank you very much. Okay.